Well, thank you for joining us for another episode of Artist Talk here in the gallery. I'm here with Sis Denson and Toni Card, the artists featured this month here at the Lakeville Library here in the Great Ponds Gallery. Thank you both for joining us.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you.
So I'd like to start out maybe by talking about how you both got interested in painting.
Well, I've been painting for about 35 years anyway, and it's a hobby, but it's also a good way to meet people, and it's more or less a passion of mine.
And how did you get started?
I've been drawing since I was a kid, and then I went to art school out of high school, and I went to SNU and got my Bachelor of Fine Arts from them, and I've worked for 37 years as a graphic artist.
Oh, nice.
I've done some painting in the meantime, but now that I'm not working, I have a little more time to do some more.
What would you guys say is your favorite medium to work in? I can tell you, you have a bunch of watercolors and a couple different styles of paintings. Which medium do you prefer?
I like the watercolor, but I also like oil, and I have many pastels also, but I've more or less enjoy the watercolor and the oil more right now.
Is that the same for you, Toni?
I worked in pastels for a lot of years, and pretty much when I was working as graphic artist, that's almost all I did. And then about 15, 20 years ago, I joined the Taunton Art Association, and I started taking workshops in the watercolor, and I've been doing a lot of that lately, as well as the oils I've done off and on over the years.
And that's where Toni and I met, was at the Taunton Art Association.
Okay.
And we paint together quite often.
Now, do you have a group? Do you all get together and paint, or how does that exactly work? I'm sure you guys help to inspire each other and critique each other's artwork, but how often do you meet? Is it
One of the
scheduled?
things we do is go out on location painting, and we try to do that once a week.
Wow.
We have been doing it on Fridays, but it's been a very rainy summer on Fridays. But that's what inspires me, is the landscape and the sun hitting in a certain way on an object or a scene.
It's only been the last couple of years that I've started going out and painting on location. She sort of got me into it, and it's very good learning experience to catch the light quickly while it's there and that sort of thing, which I've never done before. Mostly what I did before was work from photographs, doing a lot of the animal portraits and things like that.
Yep.
So this is all new for me, but I've been doing. Last year we got out quite often. We managed to get out a lot, and I learned a lot from it. This year we have.
Yeah, it seems to rain every weekend.
Yeah, we get ready to go and it's pouring, so you can't do it then. But it's something we've been trying to do once a week. Even during the winter when the weather was bad, I'd quite often go to her studio and we'd paint together. It keeps us moving.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we inspire each other.
You clearly get great results too.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
Now, is there something you would like to tell younger artists who might be struggling with their artwork, and maybe just to encourage them to keep going?
I would say, if it doesn't work out the way you want it, you may have piles and piles of paintings before you have something you really like to frame. But don't worry about that. That's part of the process. And it's still enjoyable.
Yeah, just keep going, that's all. It's, I've got piles of paintings that I've thrown out and piles of paintings that I should throw out. It's all part of the process. Every one you do, even when it doesn't work out, you learn something from.
Right.
Right, and I'm sure working in that group setting, really helps perfect the craft a little bit more.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to mention any of these pieces in particular? Is there one that you have in here that's your favorite, or?
Well, in general, there are a lot of Lakeville scenes because we quite often paint in Lakeville. It's such a beautiful town.
Yeah.
I come from Middleborough, so it's just a few steps away.
Well, certainly. Is there anything that sticks out in your mind as far as?
My focus has always been the animals. I do a lot of the animals and do commissioned portraits for a lot of people too. So I'm actually spreading out into the landscapes from the portrait work, but I still really enjoy the portrait work the most.
Okay. And is there anything in particular that really inspires you to paint these particular paintings? I know with the landscapes, I'm sure something just might catch your eye. But is there anything further than that that might make you want to go investigate a place?
The way that the light hits the scene is what interests me and pulls me in every time.
Yeah. And you get all the different color
Right,
effects
right.
from just different times of day. Even.
Right.
And I love the
Exactly.
way the shadows create shapes too. It can be
yeah.
very interesting.
And that comes into play a lot, especially with animal photographs, especially the different shading along the sides and just the contrast between light and dark. You can really tell when you're looking at the paintings up close. And you guys do such a great job. It's a wonder to have your artwork here. I want to thank you
Thank
both
you.
so much for
Thank
coming
you.
down and just spending a couple minutes with us.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
All right. And as I said, you can see their art here all this month here at the Lakeville Library inside at the Great Ponds Gallery.